I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. No, I cannot hear you. But let me just double check that it's not me. Yeah, no, it's definitely not me. I can't hear you.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if anybody could hear me.
I don't know. When you started the show, this might be the official start time. So let me.
Yeah, right. Hey, dude. Now, somebody said I was good though.
Might have been this entire time. Which, by the way, Professor T, that's happened to you before.
It
where
has.
I have to tell you, hey man, nobody can hear you.
Right. This is a different setup though too.
Right.
Some
right. But let's see. I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear, dude. I couldn't hear anything, and then the music wasn't going
well,
up.
were people commenting on the comment section?
And they were saying they could hear. That's what I'm saying. They were.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Okay. Well, yeah, maybe the show was good then. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, comment right now and tell us if you were able to hear Professor T.
Right. So we got Hershey Gutierrez 10 in the building. Let's go. You think we gonna win on Monday? Hershey Gutierrez, the truth? No, I don't think we're gonna win.
He started hot already, ladies and gentlemen. He started hot.
Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, hey, I am ecstatic that we, definitely got the W.
And you were there for the W. You were there for the W. It's because of you. It's because of you that we won. Hey, Professor T, so real quick, bad news for you. I'm checking my YouTube, and I could not hear anything you say so far, or let me tell you how long.
You know what? It's because they were on TikTok.
Oh, so YouTubers could not hear you until I came in.
Yeah, exactly. So
all the TikTok people were hearing you.
Yeah, we still got 200 and some odd views too.
Hey, man, that's awesome. Well, now that we're actually now on YouTube too. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. We'll call this the official start of the show because it's my fault this time. Sometimes it's Professor T.
Right.
Sometimes it's me. But let me just first say that the reason why I was late is a boxing reason, which is what this show is about. It's a combat sports show. And nothing is more exciting than actual fight week, right? Professor T, Vegas is hopping.
I'll be there.
Well, what time are you coming, Professor T?
I believe I get there about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that.
In the morning or at night?
No, at night. At night. So I'm just literally jumping off and going straight to whatever is going on.
That's what you're doing, huh?
Whatever's going on, I don't even think I'm stopping home. I'm just gonna take my backpack. I got all my stuff there, so. I'll just be taking the backpack. I'll either check it, right, or go to a hotel where I can leave it somewhere. That's a whole nother conversation. I'll teach you guys how to get that popping because they won't take it if you're not staying there. But
can I ask you a question, Professor T? You sure you don't want to change your flight to come in a little earlier tomorrow? Because you already missed the boxing event today.
I know. I wish, but I can't. I cannot.
It's a work thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I gotta work too. So yeah, I'll be traveling after I get off. So I have to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, why? What's going on?
No. I'll talk to you about it after the show. I'll talk to you about it after the show. Sure. But anyway, so first time ever in Las Vegas, at least that I can remember in my lifetime, that free boxing was given to the people. And when I say given to the people, man, I'm not talking about some weak, these are some of the best fighters in the world that are up and coming. A couple of them were already ranked.
Yep.
And Professor T, this was at the Blue Live Theater at the Fontainebleau. I'm trying to learn how to say it right. Fontainebleau Hotel, which is a beautiful hotel.
It is. Brand new.
The scene there was massive. I wasn't there for the grand arrivals, obviously, Professor T. I try not to be around a crowd as much as I can, But even today, I was wearing my mask in the whole bit. So anyway, during the grand arrivals, I was actually doing a show with my man with ATP Combat Sports, Ray Davis and Claymore Rain. If you guys want to check them out, their shows are always early in the morning because they're East Coast time, so they start at like 7 in the morning and whatnot. But I'm gonna get you on that show one of these days too, whenever you're actually free because you're working. But anyway. So we're talking about the grand arrivals and things are happening, and I'll be honest with you, woke up this morning and I was saying to myself, should I go to the fight? Because I haven't been to a boxing event live since
right.
And then you remember that prior to the liver transplant, we're dealing with COVID. So
real quick, we go on the echo run. I think I fixed that, so we should be good.
Okay, all right, cool. So it's been a while, Professor T. Let's call it a good, for between 4 to 5 years that I've been in the boxing event because, health reasons and whatnot.
Correct.
Free boxing though, man. And I knew 3 of these people. Like I actually knew that I was familiar with the career. I knew one of the coaches. I was like, should I go? Should I take a shot? So then I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to put on a mask. I'm going to put on some gloves.
Hey.
I'm going to show up in the Fontainebleau super early.
Right.
And maybe I can get in.
Let's go.
Right? Crazy story. Check this out. For all of you people who are listening to the Knockout Canvas and understand why me and Professor T even started this channel in the first place, to give to you, the mainstream fans, so we could educate you, this is how popular boxing is outside of the United States. I'm gonna give you the first person I meet in the lobby. We become fast friends. This guy, okay? First person I meet in the lobby, Professor T.
Yeah.
Sitting there, he's wearing a Muhammad Ali t-shirt.
Hey.
Here I am. Yes, sir. Now I got my mask on. I got my transplant shirt on, so everybody knows I'm not some weirdo. Right? So anyway, I say to the guy, "Great shirt." Because it was one of those vintage Roots of Fights shirts that I don't even think they sell anymore. I think that was like the first early editions. Right. And he was like, and then he starts talking to me and he says, "Thank you." He has an Irish accent. Hey. So right away, I pick up on the Irish accent and I'm like, "Oh, great. Well, did you come here from town? Blah, blah, blah." Small chit chat. Then 30 minutes in, we're talking about fights, dude. We're talking about Barry McGuigan from Ireland. We're talking about Paddy Donovan versus Lewis Crocker, who's fighting for the IBF coming up this Saturday morning on the Zone, right? Which is a big fight, big fight. But as we're talking, I finally get to introducing my name. He introduces his name. We get to be fast friends. This man, Professor T, and try to explain to me if there's a Raider fan like this, okay? Just so that everybody can understand the gravity of how powerful boxing is. This man flew all the way from Ireland, arrived here on Sunday.
Right.
Planned to stay here all the way till Monday.
Right.
And not for Raider football. He wanted to be a part of the entire thing, bro. He was at the grand arrivals. He showed up to the fight today. He's going to the media event tomorrow. He bought tickets to the very expensive, I don't want to say it's expensive because it's worth the price, but it's not easy tickets to get. I think the cheapest tickets to get for tomorrow night's first ever Underdog series presented by Ring Magazine and Zuffa Boxing. I think it's $80 for the cheapest seats because it's a very nice, intimate kind of musical theater that they're doing a boxing ring in. So I think only maybe 800 people to 1,000 people could be in that one arena.
Where's this?
It's called the Blue Live Theater in the Fontainebleau hotel.
Okay, yeah. So it is.
So that's where we watched the boxing match today, and the setup was beautiful, right? But again, what was cool about today is it was free to anyone who showed up, right?
Right.
And if you guys want to go on Reyes Boxing on Instagram, I posted 4 live videos on there for you guys to see how crazy it was. In fact, one of the videos, Turkey came right up to where we were at, right? and you could even hear Turkey talking during my Instagram live. I was shout out to again ATP Combat Media. They put me on live during their live show, and then I started talking to them about what's going on and how amazing it is that Turkey Al-Sheikh and the Saudi Arabia group and Riyadh season brought boxing back to the United States of America free to the common man. Not $80 pay-per-views, not even $50 pay-per-views. Right. The fight today was 100% free. The public could walk in that beautiful casino. There were many people with many different languages from many different countries all packed that place. You guys can rewatch it on YouTube, on the Ring magazine YouTube, or UFC, or Zuffa Boxing, or the WWE. You can literally watch all of this stuff at all these platforms for free. So literally, they are giving it away for free. Right. All right, Professor T? Yeah. I talk about this. I don't know if I'll end up on some kind of Saudi commercial because I noticed a couple of cameras pointing at me when I was doing my whole thing about why it's amazing Riyadh season's done this for boxing, and it's free. Right. Tomorrow's fight, if you're not in Las Vegas, or even if you are in Las Vegas but couldn't afford going to the event or couldn't afford the tickets, it's free on DAZN. So if you already own DAZN, you get to watch the boxing match for free.
So I can watch it still.
You can watch it still, right? Everybody can. And in fact, while you're here, it'll probably show at one of the hotels, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm being honest. Because remember that Dana White is now working with Turkey Al-Sheikh, so I can see a boxing match being shown at all the station casinos, Sunset Station, Palace Station, all the station casinos, right? Okay, so anyways, watching the boxing match, and like I said, man, from the first fight, Professor T, all the way to the last one, they were all bangers, bro. We got to see a 130 from the UK win. Then we got to see a heavyweight from Cuba who looked great. Got to see one of the best Cuban prospects out there. He didn't get the knockout, even though his knockout percentage is like 90%. But he looked amazing. Brian Leon Salgado, salute to you, sir. And then we got to watch Beck. I cannot say your last name. I'm sorry. From Kazakhstan. Yeah. And man, them Kazakhstani fighters, brother. Yeah, they hit hard. They hit hard. So
they got that tank.
So again, you can watch the replay of that, or you can follow me at Reyes Boxing, where it's posted while I was at the live. And then another Saudi fighter who's being trained by Abel Ramos, which you will remember, Professor T, was Golovkin's trainer.
I was just gonna say I remember exactly what that is.
Yep. So he was training this cat. Yeah. Cat looks pretty good.
Okay.
Even though I think this was only like a early fight for him, right? But looks like Saudi. We're gonna start to see some Saudi boxing players now in the world of boxing. That's going to be coming up fast. So that was fun to watch. Again, the setting was beautiful, and run into some folks, Professor T. You know me, I wasn't trying to like go there or anything. I just wanted to be a fan, man. I finally get to just be a fan, right? I'm out, baby. I was out, so I'm out. It's not like I can really go to these gyms anymore, anyways, because I can get sick and whatnot. This was the first boxing event I've been back in since the liver transplant and all the medical concerns. So, run into old friend of mine who we worked a little bit together, but back then he was just he was up and coming manager, and he was great, amazing. Yeah. Well, this guy happens to be a promoter now, and not only a promoter, he happens to be the promoter of the Underdog events, right? Right. So I run into him, I say hello, he remembers me, we talk it up. Didn't want to bother him because I remember what that was like when you're running a show, man. You're running around.
Right.
So anyways, absolutely. I leave, Professor T, and as I'm leaving, you're running into people, man. I sent you a picture of Carl Froch, and I'll tell you that funny story about it later. That was pretty funny. Ran into Sergio Martinez, ran into Raul Marquez from Texas, right? That was pretty fun. Got to see Reito Tsutsumi, who I love the Japanese, and I love the Japanese fighters. And this kid, man, he might be the next Japanese Manny Pacquiao. So bowed to him, got a chance to take a picture. Wasn't speaking English or nothing, but it was great. So, and anyhow, I'm there with my new Irish friend, Ken, loving every minute of it. The open workouts are about to start. Now, Professor T, normally, if you were already ready and, we're maybe going into next year, you could start doing more of this stuff where you could just be there to cover it, because I can't do that. I'm just, I'm walking around. I'm starting to walk away. And as I'm walking away, someone bumps me in the shoulder, Professor T. Mm-hmm. It's my old, dear, very beautiful human being. This guy always was kind to me back in my wild card gym days, and he was always good to everyone, right? Which makes sense. That's why he's at where he's at now. Right. One of the best, more clean promoters out there in the game. Great manager to his fighters. So anyhow, bumps into me. I shake his hand. He didn't quite realize how bad it had gotten for me. And I said, hey, thanks. It was just nice to see you. And before I left, he goes, hey, man, you know what? Let me have you be my guest for tomorrow night for the fights.
Right.
Now, Professor T, I wasn't planning to go to these fights because, like I said, today was going to be a one-off. Right. So I wasn't planning to go to the fights. I was just like, and again, it's not like the tickets are the easiest to get. You know what I'm saying, right? Like I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But I mean, back in the day, Professor T, this was you and me. We were going to all of these. All right. So anyways, I said, you don't have to do that. And he goes, no, seriously. And I said, thank you very much. Right. So we connected. So I'm going to the fights tomorrow night. With my wife. Yeah. Getting a chance to be a fan again of the sport that you and I both love. But yeah, man, the knockout canvas got boots on the ground. Right. We got, what's up? We were there today, and quite an amazing match. I urge all of you to go back and watch the replay. It was great matches, and the fact again that it was free, Professor T.
You can't beat that.
Free, man.
You can't beat that.
Yeah. So that was great. Turkey, you could tell, is like super happy about everything. The atmosphere for this fight, I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'm trying to describe it. Like maybe like Tyson Spinks,
hey,
I mean, like it's like the atmosphere is insane, bro. I just told you that a man flew by himself all the way to Ireland to spend the next week here, just to be a part of this event, man. And I'm sure there are others, and different countries are being represented. Like it's insane. Right. So I'm sorry you weren't there today, because you would have absolutely loved meeting all these different people.
Heck yeah, I would have.
Tomorrow again, we'll talk after the show, and maybe I could convince you to you might want to switch some flights, but if you can't, you can't.
I can't. There's no way I can switch.
All right. And then since you are gonna be here, you're probably on Friday. You will have time to do this. You're going to want to go to the media event. So forget whatever Raider thing you're thinking about. All right.
On Friday,
you need to put your knockout canvas hat on. You need to put your knockout canvas hat on. There's a whole thing happening at T-Mobile, like where you'll get a chance to probably take pictures with James Toney and all kinds of people. Right?
I wonder if Scully is there. He's got
I mean, I don't know if Scully's here. That'd be great. Let him know. I'll be at the fights tomorrow. I'd love to run into Scully. Okay. So anyways, but yeah, tomorrow make your day be about going to T-Mobile, because they're opening the doors to the public for the press conference. Now, I want to explain something to you, Professor T.
Yeah.
The difference between what boxing press conferences and how it was done, where it was very private, and the way Dana White created conferences for the UFC. Right. Remember the promoter is Dana White.
Correct.
This is going to be a UFC style press conference, meaning that if Professor T gets there early enough and he puts his ticket on the hat, like I'd like to ask a question, Professor T can walk up to the mic in front of all these people on TV and be like, I have a question for Canelo and I have a question for Crawford, or however you want to ask the question. I don't know if your crazy ass is going to walk up there and say, I got a question for Canelo. What's going to be your excuse when Crawford knocks you out?
Dude, they definitely don't want me to ask, but I would actually have some really good questions.
Well, they let you ask one. They let you ask one, and then they move on to the next. Because there's a whole line of them. There's a whole line of fans that get to ask it.
I believe it.
So yeah. So definitely try to do that, because I won't get a chance to be there for that one probably. And then Saturday, which again, man, you got to clear your day.
Yeah. Well, we got Aria, my boy. Shout out to Javon. He's got a table at the Aria pool. You know, we're gonna have this weekend is crazy. You know that this weekend.
Okay, awesome. Shout out to Javon. So if you are planning to somehow get yourself in Allegiant Stadium, Professor T, the doors open. Yeah, the doors open at 1.
Wow, they open at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. First fight starts at 2:30. 10 fights, all like bang, 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 just like they do at the UFC, and they're all bangers. Right. Again, to all of you who are listening to the Knockout Canvas, it is completely free on YouTube, just like Chargers versus Chiefs were last Friday. So it's the exact same thing. Just go into Zuffa Boxing or UFC or WWE YouTube, and it's all over the place. It's completely for free for the first 6 matches on Saturday. And then the Netflix card, Professor T, starts at 5:30 on Netflix.
Right. Professional E is in the building. Hey, are you guys going to the Canelo Crawford weigh-in? Weigh-in is what he meant to say.
Professor T's going.
I'm definitely going to the weigh-in. That's
Professor T's going to the weigh-in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to the weigh-ins, and I'm going to be excited. Hopefully, I can get some questions and run into guys there as well. There'll be a lot of people in Vegas for this.
There's a lot of people today, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of people in Vegas. Absolutely, no question.
And the Raider fans hasn't even gotten here yet.
No, they won't get here till Saturday, right?
Yeah,
they got Sunday off for the first time early. This is a real early first Sunday off, man. It's kind of messing up my routine, right? Because I always go to Citizens, at 9 a.m. before I get all my bets in at the Mandalay Bay Sportsbook. And be prepared, before that 10 o'clock mark when all the games kick off. So I got to figure that part out. I got to figure it out.
So you'll at least commit your first 3 days to boxing.
Oh yeah.
Before you start committing to the Raiders.
Big time. I got a lot of people in town too, though. That's coming to both. Yeah. So shout out to my guy E, Kurt. Eric and Kurt Douglas, man, they'll be out. Obviously, PTS is going to be hard. Protect the Shield. The Severe Raider, hard, out and about. Obviously myself. Rundown, we'll have to catch him next time. The new dad, we'll have to catch him on the next rebound. But, yeah, we got a lot going on. It's going to be an exciting weekend in Las Vegas.
That's awesome. Well, like I said, a huge fight week. Very exciting. Let's get your final breakdown on this. I've been telling everyone like crazy. In fact, I was talking to one of my old friends. He's a part of the media, Marcos Villegas. You probably heard a lot of his different stuff. Fight Hub TV, I believe, is Marcos Villegas, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So anyhow, he was asking me who I thought would win. I asked him who he thought. He thinks that Crawford would probably win, but he thinks he'll be tough. And then I told him my theory that Crawford's going to knock him the hell out. and he goes, what? And I said, yeah, it'll be a stoppage, but he's going to stop him.
Right.
And he's like, I can't see this at all. And I'm like, well, when you want to actually sit down and have a serious conversation about it, if I see you tomorrow, I'll explain to you my theory on why it's going to happen that way. But just remember, if we don't see each other again until after fight night, if it happens that way, it was your buddy Angelo that told you. Crawford's going to knock him out.
Yeah.
Shock the world.
I agree.
Shock the world.
Yeah,
So, what's your final before you come in here? What's your final on this?
I'm thinking, you know what? My honest truth, I'm going 9 through 11. I think 9 through 11, Canelo's gonna get tired. He's gonna chase, right? He's gonna follow and run into something. That's my guess. That's my honest, true guess. I think Crawford is gonna make him work early. He's gonna show him everything that he's not good at, right? Footwork, all those angles, punches and bunches. I think he's gonna pull all the stops out. And I've never seen Crawford turn his back for anybody. So I absolutely see him 9 to 11. That's gonna be my thing. I gotta figure out. 11th round is a little late. 10th round is too good to be true. And 9th round might be a little too early. Still may be prepared. It depends on how well Canelo really, truly conditioned for this fight. Right? Because he didn't look well that last fight. And some would say that the last fight is a harder fight for him, right? Because he's a true 168 pounder. And absolutely moved way more than wanted to or expected. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know how Canelo deals with that part.
I was going to say, did you consider betting the under? Because I think it's plus 350. You can look it up right now.
Yeah.
Under 10.5 is plus 350.
Yeah, I would put some money on that. I would definitely put some money on that.
Did you put money on Crawford by knockout plus 900?
Plus 900? Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put 100 on that one.
Girl,
that's the one I'm putting 100 on for sure. I can't put 1,000. I would love to, man, but this is unprecedented. This is, you're talking.
Can you imagine though if you put the 100, he knocks him out like I'm telling you he will?
Right.
You're gonna be like, I could have had $10,000.
I'm in the same boat with you. I believe it. This is one of those things where he absolutely just may be outsized. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time I've seen a guy jump so many weight classes outside of the great Roy Jones Jr. going all the way up to heavyweight. I don't know. I have a hard time seeing him knock him out too. I'm just being honest, right? I have a hard time seeing Crawford knock him out. Hard.
I don't. And remember that when we started this conversation, when we first started talking about it, when he was even first discussed a year ago,
right?
I was against it. Remember? I was like, "What are we doing?" Right. And then when we were talking just a few months ago, when we first started the show, I said, I don't know, man, 50-50. Canelo's pretty strong.
Right.
I had all these questions. My questions disappeared the minute I saw Terence Crawford's eyes.
Yeah.
He flexed with them big old muscles.
Yeah, he's ready, bro. He definitely, kept the weight up. Like, he's going to weigh in. I think he weighs in right at 168, maybe a tad under.
Yeah, I think fight night, he might weigh in like 190.
Exactly. I don't think.
I was like, damn, he looked like a cruiserweight. What's going on?
Big, bro. He looks big.
He looks big.
The bid section looked crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and again, man, shout out to Snack. I mean, like him, hate him.
Right.
Barry Bonds hit a lot of long balls. You know what I'm saying?
I know what they're doing, bro.
Right. Fernando Vargas looked pretty good. I mean, hey, whatever. I like I told you, Professor G, if you're not eating eggs and vegetables, all of it is performance enhancing anyways. The only difference is there's legal performance enhancing and then there's illegal performance enhancing. And if it's legal, then it's all good. Right. It's only not good when you pop and it's illegal. Correct. But if it's legal, then it's legal. And whatever, man. But I think Terence Crawford's going to come in there really strong. The surprising thing to me when I saw Canelo is, did you notice how skinnier he looks, like lighter?
Yeah, because he understands he's going to have to run. He's going to have to do some work. He's got to work to get in. He's got to work to, cut the ring off. He's going to have to work this fight in order to keep this man in front of him. And he's can't come in heavy. Can't come in as flat-footed as he normally does with that situation at hand. So makes sense.
So check this out. My theory to make you really believe why I'm so convinced. Okay, I want everyone who watches the Knockout Canvas to do your homework. I want you to watch 2 Crawford fights. I want you to watch 2 Canelo fights before Saturday. I'd like for you to watch the Canelo versus Golovkin first fight, which I was there for ringside. Right. Totally convinced Golovkin beat him. Not even, it wasn't even close in my mind.
Everybody.
Okay. Second, I want you to watch Canelo versus Bivol. Yeah. I want you to watch Canelo versus Bivol. Now, again, for all the Canelo lovers who are Chewy, whoever's watching this right now, they're like, they've been texting me, oh man, Canelo's going to destroy him, blah, blah, blah. All right. Let me just expand your brain a little bit about this. When Canelo gets pressed and he cannot handle a certain style, he does what he did with Bivol. I'm not saying he was trying to do the counter shots that he did with Kirkland, but it doesn't work when you're working with someone who can go in and out and much faster, right?
Correct. No, you're right.
Okay.
You're absolutely
Go ahead, Professor.
No, I was just saying, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. When Canelo has to fight someone who is willing to say, no, I am going to win on the inside because I can handle you. The question I want to ask is, can you handle me?
Right.
And that's the Golovkin fight, right? Yes. And again, that was a draw, and then he ends up getting the award. But if you watch back-to-back fights, and I'm not even asking you to watch both, I'm just asking you to watch the first one and honestly tell me that Canelo won that because he did not, right? Canelo looked at as good as he can look against a man who wouldn't back down in Golovkin. Agreed?
Absolutely.
Okay, Terence Crawford, sir. The 2 fights I'd like you to go back, Professor T, and watch. Do you remember when Terence Crawford fought Kell Brook and everybody was saying he might be a little small?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. That was a work of art. That was a great fight for him. That was a great
audiences, right, at the time. And what did he do to Kell Brook? He said, come and get some.
He did Kell dirty.
He did Kell Brook dirty, right? Another fight I'd like for you to try to remember in your head, and this was a great fight. This to show you that when when Crawford is pressed to have to throw down on the inside, Professor T. You remember Benavidez Jr. versus Crawford and how awesome that fight was?
Oh yeah, that was a big fight. I wish that knee wasn't hurt on Benavidez, so I won't lie. It definitely was a factor, but still, I think. He loses.
Still would have been the same result. It
would have been the same result.
Still would have been the same result.
It would have been a better outing for him.
Right. So everybody.
It's
Scully?
No, it's TikTok.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Scully. All right. So, anyways, I'll make this quick. Watch those 2 fights. Watch the 2 fights of Golovkin, and then try to explain to me that Crawford can't actually knock out Canelo. Right. And I'll tell you why I believe, because I know you're going to say, well, Golovkin was bigger and he couldn't knock out Canelo. Okay, fair. And then you're going to say, well, Bivol was definitely bigger because Canelo had to move up and he couldn't knock out Canelo. And I'll say that too. You're absolutely right. All of you who are going to rock against me, you're right. I can't even lie. I'm going to tell you why Crawford is going to knock out Canelo right now. Did you know, Turf, that from 2014 to 2024, in that 10-year span, all Crawford's done is knock people out?
Yes.
He's got 15 knockouts.
The more weight he goes up and the more weight he can keep, the more he knocks people out. I agree with that.
But not even so much that, but like just stylistically, if you're a home run hitter, brother, even if you try to hit a single, sometimes it just goes out the park.
Gonna hit it. Yeah. No, I agree.
Hey, and if all Crawford knows how to do is knock people out.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And you remember going into that very shirt you're wearing, sir, because you went to that fight.
I did.
How everybody thought, nah, Spence is going to be too big.
Be strong.
He'll be strong. Crawford knocked him down with a jab, Professor T. What a jab, bro. What a jab. So what are we talking about here, really, right? We're talking about a man whose technique is to knock people out. And the only thing that changed, and this is where people, I'm going to flip your mind. Crawford didn't actually get bigger. Crawford was already big, Professor T.
Right.
Okay, the only difference now is Crawford, at almost 38 years old, finally only has to cut a little bit of weight instead of a lot of weight.
Right.
Okay, now when people go, well, you're crazy, because a lot of people that start from a lower weight class, especially when they get older, they're not going to be as good. I'd like to remind you of a fighter that we all know is one of the best we've seen in our lifetime, Professor T. You remember Oscar De La Hoya? I'm just wondering.
Everybody knows Oscar.
Okay. Oscar's big. Okay, Professor T. Oscar's big framed, kind of tall, right? He started his world title run at 130 pounds.
Right.
Remember, he would talk about like all he could eat was oranges and he was starving himself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then won at 35, kept moving up. And you remember in his older age, when no one believed anymore that he could do this, he fought a young undefeated fighter by the name of Fernando Vargas. You remember that?
I do.
And remember how Fernando Vargas looked, doing all that snack, right?
Monster.
He was younger. He was stronger. He was going to kill De La Hoya, right? How'd De La Hoya knock him out? Hit him with punches that he couldn't see.
Couldn't see him.
Then he stopped it. Stopped a bigger, younger, stronger, because of great technique.
Correct.
What do we know Crawford has? Great technique. What do we know Crawford can do on the inside? Knock people out. So not only do I not believe, Professor T, that Crawford will try to box around Canelo, he's going to step right to him round one, baby. He's going to go right up to Canelo and be like, let's see if you can handle my punches. And this thing, if Canelo, depending on how Canelo responds, if Canelo responds the same way he responded against Bivol, you might lose your money on the over.
Correct.
Okay? If Canelo goes, oh, hell to the knock. I know you didn't just think you could do that to me.
Right.
And Canelo's pride then says, I'll go for broke. Well, I remind you, sir, of one of the greatest fights we still talk about today. Tommy Hearns versus Marvin Hagler.
Yes, it's a monster.
And remember how that started? Right? Tommy Hearns tried to start it with using a jab.
Yeah, right.
What did Hagler do? Hagler said, not today.
We banging, bro. We banging.
Hagler was swinging. Hagler was switching left. He was switching right. He was throwing bombs. So what did Hearns have to do? He was like, it's going to be like that today? So then Hearns started swinging.
Bro, that fight was wild. Mad.
And how did it end? Round 3 knockout by our guy, Marvin Hagler, right? Did anyone all of a sudden lose respect for Tommy Hearns for losing a fight like that?
Hell no. Bro.
Not even close, man. He's a living legend, which exactly goes to my point that not only will this be a war, it will be the Tommy Hearns versus Marvin Hagler of all of these kids and generations, like your daughter and your son and everybody. It is the Marvin Hagler of this generation, and Turf will be there to watch it live.
Yes, sir. 100%.
So That's my theory on it. So be confident with your bet. Go bet $1,000 on the knockout. What's wrong with you?
We'll see what happens, baby. We'll see how you will see how I win in anything else, right? We'll see how that. Right. If I can make a grand, I'm putting it all on Crawford. All of it, every which way.
All right. So you're gonna hit the slots real quick. All right. Well, Professor T, you know, like I know it's always late for you over there in Texas. Yeah. I never want to take away too much of your time. I'm sorry we started late. We were supposed to start at 8. It's my fault. But you know, I was out there busy doing what I do, I guess.
No, that's what you're supposed to do, man. Bring that content everywhere you go. Soak it on in and come back, man. Let the people know. That's why they come and check us out, man.
Yep. So everybody, please follow me on Reyes Boxing on Instagram, so you can go check out some of the stuff. We haven't quite gotten our the Knockout Canvas Instagram all the way together yet, so I can't. Like, I wish I could just take those and put it on the Knockout Canvas. But
I'll be able to. I have to shoot you the password.
Yeah. Figure out the controls for all of that type of stuff. But no, I'm excited to have you here, Professor T. I am sorry that you missed today. Today would have been the type of thing. Tomorrow, again, man, if you could somehow buzz on over to right to T-Mobile, because the media conference is tomorrow. Maybe that's what you do.
What time?
They said they're opening the doors at 5. You said you're not landing till 7, though, right? But maybe it'll start a little late. So, you know, you never know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But yeah, in the meantime, thanks for hanging out and however long the half hour's worth of you being silent on YouTube. Sorry.
Gotta love it. Don't worry, I'll cut it out.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody on TikTok. Appreciate all of you guys. So thank you for checking us out. Professor T, anything else?
Nope. Till next time, man. Like I say, this weekend is crazy. So definitely won't be any no shows. I'm not gonna lie. Tomorrow, hopefully, Coach can fill in again, right? Because I'll actually be on the plane for Thursday night football. So
I can't because I'm gonna be at the fights. So Spence is gonna have to be alone.
That's right. So I'm gonna have to hook Spence up with somebody else.
Yeah, we can think of somebody though. There'll be somebody that can hook up with Spence. Yeah. Oh, by the way, when we did it last week, we couldn't hook it up to your channel, so we only did it on Spence.
Yeah, he was missing a link, but he knows what to do now.
He knows what to do now. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Professor T, again. Thank you to everyone who paid attention to us. Remember, we are keeping the energy the same. Professor T says Crawford by knockout.
Yes,
I'm saying Crawford by devastating stoppage. It's gonna. Oh, in fact, I didn't even give you the round because you said 9 and 11. You remember Ali versus Sonny Liston?
Oh yeah.
Right. Put on the stool in the 7th round. It's gonna be that type of fight. But I'm saying 6th to 7th round stoppage for my man Crawford. He's gonna shock the world. He's gonna look at the camera and go, "I told you. Right. I told you. Right. I told you."
I love it.
Yeah. All right,
man. Well, I'll see you tomorrow or one of these days over the weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next week with a lot to talk about. So, till then, we are out. Peace.